Okay, so this is the order of operations. So I've got everything plugged in to the USB hub there. The makey's on, the webcam's on, the iPad is charging, the projector's plugged in to the Thunderbolt, the spare Thunderbolt port, and the interface is on. So the first thing I need to do is load up the Arduino IDE, which is here, and make sure that I've got communication with the Arduino here. I've wired up one switch, that's all I can manage at the moment. And yeah, it looks as though we need to load up the code again, or the sketch as they call it. So we'll go to File, Open Recent, Reactive Room, Simple Switch. And then I verify and upload, I think, and hopefully, yeah, it says it's done uploading. Apparently I can close that, but I'm just going to minimize that. We'll test out the, yeah, we've got the Arduino's communicating. So the next thing I do is turn on Max, or load up Max. And while that's loading, I'm going to come over here and turn these 3 stage lights on. Now we are going to have more lights. We've already started wiring up more white lights around the on the roofs of these separate rooms here. So there's going to be lights all around. I've just borrowed a couple from my portable setup. Turn these on. 1, 2, 3. And then on the first light, this one is connected to this one via a link cable. After this has done its thing, I will turn it onto the right mode. I think it's all right now. So let's flip it around and we press address 24 D1. So it's DMX1. It's on the DMX first universe. I flipped it again. Slight hiccup there. There you go. Okay. Right, and then that light. Do I have to change it on this one as well? Okay, that's doing something, but hopefully that. I think it's sorted itself out now. Right. So we've loaded up Max. And now what we need to do is load up the Reactive Room DMX lighting patch. So this is the patch, and I have some, I think I've kind of memorized this now, so I'm just going to adjust these settings here. 1.74, 1.18, 0.55. They're the settings. I then have to choose the EN70142. I don't think I need to adjust that, but I'll do that anyway. We choose the webcam because we're using the Microsoft webcam there. And we turn the thing on. Hey. Now when I wave my hand in front of the webcam, should hopefully get some. Yes, it's working. You can see there. It's registering. That's pretty good. We can adjust these settings to affect how the lights behave, and There's a lot more we can do with this, to be honest. Okay, then I load up the Ableton Live. Oh, we have this light down here. It's just a atmospheric light, so it's just providing us with some watery lighting against the board there, the conductive board. Okay, so there's Ableton Live. Let's open up the set. Reactive Room Prototype Set Exhibition. I find that Live 11, the newest version, is a little bit slow to load things. Once it's loaded, it takes a little bit of time to register all the bits and bobs. Don't know what that window is there. I'll minimize that for now. Okay, so we have our Max for Live patch. It's in here. I managed to figure out how to colour it blue. So in here we can turn on and off the webcams, select the different webcams there. And if I set, one thing to note is that for some reason the list that appears in these like these device lists for some of the plugins that are being used in the session, it seems to duplicate them, and even after you refresh it as well, so I'm not really sure why it does that. Something to figure out. And then we'll choose the, quite like pitch trails, spectral delay. Okay, so now if I press, oh yes, firstly I have to select the right sound card because I was using it yesterday without the interface, motor interface. So do that. Okay, so we should have now the sound running in the background, and when I do this, we get the effect of the infrared, and then we get the lights going as well. Test out the makey. So we've got a ship's horn here, ship's air horn, well I'm calling it a ship's air horn, and a piece of sticky back foil on the floor. Makey's connected to that. It's just a microcontroller which gives us some basic commands to play with, and I've got it connected to these guitar strings. You can kind of get sound effects of the sea. We should have a jellyfish over here somewhere. See, as I'm touching it, it's triggering so that's the sound of a jellyfish swimming, apparently. And then finally, we'll check. This is going to be end up being a splash pool. This is why I started to use the Arduino. So I've hooked up the Arduino as well to a switch, and hopefully, yes, it makes the sound of a splash. The splash over here, and every time I press the switch, I get the sound of a splash. Thanks Norton for your advice on how to actually get Max to tell Live to actually play that sample. Okay, finally I like to just set the main Live patch up for I like to set it up for presentation mode, so we have to do it again actually. It's just and then we can do that. Then we get a nice big display. Hopefully. Yes, you have to do it. You have to actually set it up again, which is strange. So you have to close it, reopen it, and then reset your effects as well. It's just another little quirk of the system. Okay, and let's presentation mode. There we go. We get a nice blue background. Let's see if that works. There we go, and then we're getting nice visual feedback. Even better with the lights off. And we'll go for a jump in the pool. Yay! So the next thing is to try and figure out how to make a pressure plate to trigger that sound. And I'll be setting up this projector here. Just found this in the rubbish outside, which is pretty cool. So I can use that as a projector screen, possibly, and just project some images on that too, to kind of get that enhance the sensory experience. Yeah, I'll be coming back in a minute to do a in the dark test.